Legionnaires disease. In this video, we are going to tell you what Legionnaires disease is. What is Legionnaires? Legionnaires is a form of bacterial pneumonia first identified after an outbreak at an American Legion meeting in 1976. It is spread by water droplets through air conditioning and similar systems. How does Legionnaires disease spread? Legionnaires disease is caused by Legionnaires bacteria infecting your lungs. It's usually caught by breathing in small droplets of contaminated water. The infection isn't contagious and can't be spread directly from person to person. Legionnaires bacteria is usually found often in harmlessly low numbers in sources of water such as ponds, rivers and lakes. However, the bacteria can rapidly multiply if they find their way into artificial water supply systems such as air conditioning systems. Large buildings such as hotels, hospitals, museums and office blocks are more vulnerable to Legionnaires contamination because they have larger, more complex water systems in which the bacteria can quickly spread. The two things that Legionnaires bacteria need to grow and reproduce are a water temperature of this temperature here, or interruptions in the water that the bacteria can use for food such as rust and limescale and all that other rubbish. Although rare, Legionnaires disease has also come from contaminated showers, sprinkler systems and spas. What is the risk of getting it? Legionnaires disease is rare in the UK. In 2013, 284 people were reported to have the infection in England and Wales. Of these cases, 88 people, 31%, were exposed to the infection while travelling abroad, mainly to Mediterranean countries, but also tropical countries such as India. However, given the millions of trips made abroad each year, 88 cases is a very small number. Cases of Legionnaires disease arising in England and Wales peak between July and September. Increased risk. Everyone is potentially at risk of developing Legionnaires disease. However, certain things make it more likely that you will experience a more severe form of the infection. These include being 50 years of age or over. 235, 83% of the 284 confirmed cases in 2013 involved people over 50 years of age or smoking or having smoked heavily in the past. A recent study has shown that smoking cannabis may also increase your risk. Drinking alcohol heavily. About 3/4 have an underlying medical condition such as diabetes, kidney disease, or a pre-existing lung condition, having a weakened immune system. For example, people with HIV, AIDS, or cancer. Treating Legionnaires disease. Legionnaires disease is treated with a course of antibiotics such as these. Antibiotics will be taken as a tablet or capsule or through a continuous drip into a vein in your arm. How long you'll need antibiotic treatment for will depend on how severe the condition is. Treatment usually lasts about a week but may continue for up to 3 weeks. Around 90% of people with Legionnaires' disease make a full recovery after taking antibiotics. However, while you may start to feel better after a few days, it can take weeks until you're completely back to normal. During this period, it's common to feel tired. Legionnaires' disease can be particularly serious in people with pre-existing health conditions. In this case, you may be admitted to hospital so your health can be closely monitored. Complications of Legionnaires' disease. In some cases, Legionnaires' disease can lead to further life-threatening problems. Severe infection can cause some organs, such as your lungs or kidneys, to stop working properly. Another complication is septic shock. An estimated 10% of otherwise healthy people who develop Legionnaires' disease die due to problems like these. During 2011 to 2013, there were 84 deaths from Legionnaires' disease in England and Wales, including overseas travellers. Most deaths occur in people who are 70 years of age or older. Preventing Legionnaires' disease. The best way to prevent an outbreak of Legionnaires' disease is to ensure that any water system under your control is properly maintained and conforms to relevant health and safety regulations. This mainly involves keeping water either cooled below 20 or C or heated above 60 C. The water supply should also be kept free of interruptions and moving so that it doesn't stagnant. If you're travelling abroad, be aware of the risk of Legionnaires' disease and seek medical advice if you develop any symptoms of the infection. There's currently no vaccine that offers protection against Legionnaires' disease. If you're at increased risk of developing severe Legionnaires' disease, for example because you have a weakened immune system, you may want to consider avoiding water systems that could be contaminated, such as spas. Notifiable disease. Legionnaires' disease is a notifiable disease, which means that if a doctor diagnoses the condition, they must tell the local authority under the Health Protection Act. Notification. Regulations 2010. The outbreak and put in place any necessary precautionary measures. If you're able to provide the name of the hotel you stayed in while abroad, the UK public health authorities will contact the public health authorities in that country so the hotel can be inspected. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more videos of this nature and lots more.